Hey, how's it going? It's Rich. Welcome back to the studio. It's been a minute since I've done this damn thing, so hold on one second. Let me just make sure everything's
It's a joke.
on and going good. Oopsie. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Maybe if I spoke clearly, less like a savage. There we go. Alright. Looks like, well, I don't know. Looks like I might be here. Maybe not. Let's go to this screen. Might be better. Okay. And
that feeling.
alright, cool. Looks like I'm live. And now we got some music playing. So I'm down here in the studio trying to figure out what to do with my life and everything. So what do you do? Alright, there we go. So this is just some digital sketches that I've done so far. I'm not a big fan of digital sketching, or drawing digitally, really. Coloring, not a problem. But, like drawing digitally never looked that good to me. At least my drawings didn't. But here's a traditional one that I did, and I scanned it in. A little character design. Then I just started sketching and then I did some inks on top. Let's see. Here's one that I did the other day for this Robin Hood character. And Robin Hood's like open source, I think is what it's called when they're an IP that has been around for over 100 years. Anybody can just create a story of Robin Hood. And there's a story I was thinking of doing. I'm not sure if I am, but I'm very close to being done with a chapter 1. So I might just go ahead and do it. I'm not sure how long I want to run with it, but let's see. I can just show you where this thing kind of started. So you can see that's my digital inks there. Let me see, is the traditional sketch around here? Here it is. Yeah, so now you can see the traditional sketch that I did, which is right here. And sorry, I'm just messing around with my computer. Trying to figure out how far behind it is. But so this is the traditional pencil drawing. I was thinking about doing it for like a webtoon, so I figured out the measurements of the format and everything, and you can check out previous videos that I posted. Basically lining out a tutorial how to do this webtoon thing with traditional art. And I still haven't finished yet. I only got like 3 more panels to draw, and I'll have the entire first chapter like done, finished. But yeah, I stopped and I did a different like gag manga that was like 5 pages, and I just posted that. And I just wanted to share. It's totally free to go read on Manga Creators Plus. The link is in the description. I just posted in the chat. But yeah, you can check it out there. And I'm not sure what to do with myself tonight, so I'm just in here sketching. Nope. So I was pretty happy with how these other digital drawings came out, and I've never really liked my digital drawings before, so I figured I'd just give it a shot and just practice a little bit. I really like how Boichi's able to get these really delicate and thin, precise lines, so I've been trying to kind of mimic his style. I got some brushes here, and I kind of like how rough this one is. It can go from thick to thin. Let me mess around with some of these settings here. Kind of like that. It's actually a little better because less rough. I like that. What about that? Make it. You can see on this initial one how rough it is. I just messed with the settings a little bit, and you can tell that it's not so rough there. I kind of like that. I wonder if I can save it like this. Not super great with the Clip Studio settings and everything. I don't use it like this every day. Let me see. Is there like a save, add subtool, create copy of currently selected subtool? I wonder if I need to save it or it'll stay at this whenever I come back to it. That on that second one, stabilization is 5. some point. Now I'm on the pencil. It's a little. There we go.
When adventure calls, he lets it go to voicemail. He has never met a volume knob that he...
I'm just playing some lo-fi hip-hop over here on my phone, so it's not so quiet and boring. Just trying to add some expressiveness to his face that I don't usually do. It's also very different from my usual style, which It's more like these two over here. Yeah, anyway, I did this illustration, just kind of testing out what'll be my next project. I have not decided yet. This is a page from Burst Code, which is a comic I've been working on for quite a while. It's my own project. I think I have 14 or 15 pages done of it, and uploaded on Manga Creator Plus. And it's flipped too, so you can't read it right now. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go through this hassle of because I made it for American English readers, so reading left to right, top to bottom, like you would an American comic book. But on Manga Creator Plus, it's going backwards, because it's Japanese. So they're starting at the back of the book, you read top right to bottom left, and yeah, it does not make this an easy read. Not an easy read at all. So, man. So I gotta like go through and flip all the pages. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do this or not. Because I'm gonna have to flip all the pages and then redo all the sound effects and text and word bubbles. Luckily this page doesn't have any. This page has a shit ton, and I'm going to have to redo it. The bubbles will be able to stay, actually, and I'll just have to retype it all out, which actually, I don't know. It's going to be a little bit of a nuisance. It's not fun, but it's not hard by any means, so I should probably go ahead and do that. And then I'll re-upload it to Manga Creator Plus. But the other comic I did and uploaded is really fun. And it's called Snaps. And this is the last page of it. Basically a home intruder gets the shock of his life when a man attacks him with, the homeowner, attacks him with a wet towel. He disarms him, slaps him in the face, and then does this ultimate move here. And I just did it for fun. It's just 5 pages, and, my kids kind of helped me, and they have, like, suggestions, and it was kind of just like a fun, group project with my kids. Their input was right here. They said, he should too. Yeah. He snaps him so hard he farts. That was their suggestion. So I added that in there. A little toot. And it's 5 pages, and I got it done in like 3 or 4 days. And I was just really happy with how like smooth everything went. And then I found Manga Creator Plus, and I was like, it's cool, I should probably upload it here. And then I realized I'm gonna have to, like, as you can see, like, I did all of this just in pencil, all the text and word bubbles, everything was in pencil. So then I was like, oh crap, I gotta, if I upload it, I was like debating with myself, should I, redo all the words, add text bubbles, and as I was doing that, I was like, this really needs to be toned, right? So I added all the gray tones and proper text and everything. So this is up on You can follow the links I put in the description in the chat. But yeah, it's up there. It's a fun, easy read, and after I uploaded burst code and realized, like, oh shit, it's backwards, right? Even though all the pages are in the right order, it's still not an easy read because you're, reading in two different directions essentially. You start on the opposite page, reading American, and then you flip to the next page and reading American. It was odd and confusing. But this one, as you can see, I flipped it. The image is flipped from the original. So this is the original scan and this is the final. So I flipped the image and then added in all the text and stuff. So it was, I was just able to fix a lot of things. It was fun and easy learning experience, and I really enjoyed snaps. Really enjoyed it. Let me show you another one. Show you another page here. So this was like a, not really, God, I'm tired. Probably not going to be on too long tonight. But a little homage to Saitama and One Punch Man. In here, he's like, I've done 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and ran 10 kilometers a day with Master Saitama, not to mention the small army worth of weapons I have stashed around the house in survivalist training. It has all come to this moment. He's like, do I grab the gun under the sink, or the katana in the pantry, or the freshly dried kitchen knives? Actually, it'd be reverse. You start over here and then work this way, because Japanese version. And then it comes here. It's like, hurry up and give me the money. He's like, how foolish of me. I have the most feared weapon on me now. A wet towel. And then he ends up snapping them. There's another page in between. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but check it out and support me over there on Manga Creator Plus. Let me get back to my sketching here. Don't really know what to sketch. What to sketch, what to sketch. What's up, Sideburns? This is a Huion, Huion, and this is a 16-inch. And I think it's just referring to the display part at 16 inches. Keep hearing something move behind me, and I feel like it's a cat. Canvas 13. Yeah, I think this is a canvas as well. So, just a slightly bigger one. I got mine on Facebook Marketplace for a damn good price. So, might be something you want to try out. Sideburns, how's your New Year, man?
Ever wonder why everyone's switching to Factor for healthy meals? Factor makes eating healthy so effortless for me. I finally get the hype. I picked from more than 100 weekly
I didn't really do anything for New Year's.
Protein packed.
Good. I stayed up till midnight with the kids and we toasted some apple cider, sparkling apple cider. We missed the ball drop because I was like downstairs in the studio, you know, drawing, and they were doing some watching upstairs, and then I rushed up. We had like less than a minute to pour the champagne, and then not the champagne, but the apple cider, and then find the ball drop on YouTube. And so we missed the ball drop. We toasted though. But the New York ball drop is sad compared to like what everyone else does. It's pretty crazy. We're watching New Year's celebrated around the world, and United Arab Emirates, the UAE, was off the hook. That was crazy. And Dubai was nuts. Sydney, that was a good one. Yeah. You bought a new tablet from delivering fast food. Cool. Got a little side gig to support your art habit. Fantastic. I had the same tablet for like 10 years. I really did. From 18 till about I want to say I was like 32. It was like crazy. It was like 14. Yeah, that's right. It's like 14 or 15 years old. Me and my wife were talking about. I was like, my tablet could be in high school if it was a kid. It was pretty funny. And I just take care of my technology very well. So it lasted forever. I had it when I was in the Navy, and I didn't really use it a whole lot in the Navy. Because it was a Cintiq, it was a smaller Cintiq, but it was like a 2007 model. So it's just, I don't know. I've always had trouble with drawing digitally. It just never looked good to me. Maybe it was because it was like a smaller, like 12-inch screen. But it had a bunch of cords, and it was kind of a pain in the ass to lug around. So I used it while I was in the Navy, but not a whole lot. I was really worried about like fucking it up. So I got a cheaper Wacom. It was like a Wacom Intuos something, and I used that mostly when I was in the military. It's also pretty useful because just travel around with that thing. It didn't have all the cords that the Cintiq had. It just had the one cord, plug it into the laptop and the USB, and you were good to go. But yeah, once I got this, I was like, screw that. Matter of fact, where is it? No, not that one. This I did on that Intuos. The drawing is all traditional, inks on paper, but the tones and the word bubbles, everything, the digital process of this was done with that shitty Intuos. Oh, and this is a new comic that I did. I don't know if you were here for that, but it's called Snaps, and it's about a home intruder that becomes beaten by a wet towel. Man picks up the wet towel over like several other weapons nearby. He had a gun under the sink, a katana in the pantry, he had some knives that he had just dried, so he had this wet towel over his shoulder, and he's like, wait a second, got this incredible weapon right here. Snaps the shit out of this guy, right? Does the ultimate move, United States of snaps, and like 50 snaps. Anyway, it was really fun. I uploaded it. You can find the link in the chat or in the description of the video. But check that out. So many different like manga sites and apps nowadays, but I really like the one that I uploaded to, because it's not just the vertical scrolling. You can have it like manga pages that flip, and I love that. So I think I'm going to be, now that I found that, I think I'm going to be posting a lot more on there. Got me really excited. So this is the kind of sketching that I do when I don't know what to do. And right now I'm just looking at this cover of Ghost in the Shell for some reference or something to draw. I think Shiro Masamune is one of the greatest artists in manga. Definitely one of the tops. I mean, you have his fantastic world building and storytelling, but also just pure illustration skills. Absolutely insane. This is about as far as I take reference. I don't ever try to copy the reference, like line for line. Biggest user of Photoshop in Japan. Talking about Shiro Masamune, definitely uses a lot. I think he's even gotten in a lot into the 3D stuff. But yeah, he was probably like the biggest pusher of the digital art when it first came out. But like, God, what is this? It's Ghost in the Shell, Volume 2, very early on. Let me see here. If I can find out when it was originally published. $2001? Does that sound right? I was thinking the 90s, but 2001 is close enough, I guess. Let me see here. Yeah. Yep, 2001. And he was doing digital just friggin' amazingly. Absolutely nuts what he was doing. So, but I like how about half of this is colored digitally, and the rest is all traditional. This is probably my favorite panel ever. I've never seen this pose, used anywhere else. It's nuts. But then the other half is colored digitally. And there's even 3D assets he's using in here. Before that was even commonplace. So, really impressive. But anyway, that's the reference. And this is about as far as I take it with reference at this point, once I have like the pose down. As much as I want to take inspiration from it, then I start diverting it off and turning it into a character, doing something else with it. So what the hell was I doing with this? This is supposed to be Motoko, but a different version of Motoko. Yeah, man, Ghost in the Shell is probably my favorite. Probably my favorite IP from Japan. And you've been following the string for a while. I always pull out some Ghost in the Shell art book. I got them all over the place. So I got volume 2 there. I'm not going to do it now. I'm not going to do it now. I always end up doing it. Going back to my shelf and pulling out all these crazy art books that I got. Something about that part there just doesn't seem right to me. And this is the part where I'm like, if I was working traditionally, I wouldn't be having these problems. Maybe I would, but I would be solving it faster. Yeah, more like that. So it's more like that than that. Alright. I think that's pretty much all I'm going to do on stream tonight. Thanks for joining me in the studio. It's a very impromptu, unscheduled live stream. That went pretty well for digital sketching, which never been a huge fan of. But anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Check out my my new manga that I uploaded to Manga Plus Creators, and see you guys next time.